ASMR video. And it's obvious, as you can see, we are finally, finally back with another Sports Whispered Ramble update. I'm basically going to be talking all things NBA, NFL, Premier League, UFC, hockey, any sports that I can possibly think of with some things going on currently in their seasons. We're going to be talking about it, so hopefully you guys enjoy some sports, or maybe you just want to help support the channel, listen to me ramble about random stuff. I would also very much appreciate that. Make sure, of course, the first thing you guys do is, of course, like the video, press the thumbs up button. That would really help out a lot. And also, just watching the video helps out a ton too. You just sitting back, relaxing, and just watching the video from the start to the finish really means a lot to me. And you can also comment down below what your favorite sport is, how your favorite team is doing right now currently, any topics we should talk about, or just any more video ideas. I would definitely love to know. Alrighty, you guys should know the drill by now. The first sport we're going to be talking about is the good old sport of basketball. Basketball. Now, I don't want to make this video too long. This is not one of my 1 hour versions. Maybe I'll do that a bit later in the month, but this one's going to be kind of a quick rundown of kind of what's going around on the sporting world. NBA, of course, is getting on to kind of almost that really core part of the year where we're really starting to see who's legit and we're kind of fakers in the NBA right now. And currently, for the standings in the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons are still the #1 seed, which I knew the Pistons were going to be pretty good this year. They are better, obviously, with their youth movement they've been on for many years now, but just the depth that they added on their team, and they just look like a more coached team. They just look more put together, which is really great. Currently at 17-4. The Pistons have only lost 4 games this year. It's actually insane. Really cool to see. Anyways, Knicks are in second. The Heat are third. Raptors 4th. Magic are 5th. The Cavaliers are 6th. Hawks are 7th. Celtics are 8th. Sixers are 9th. Bulls are now 10th. They used to be #1. Bucks 11. Hornets 12. Nets are 13th. Pacers 14th. And the Washington Wizards are the worst team in the East. Now, any takeaways of this? We already talked about the Detroit Pistons being the #1 team. Do I think Detroit's going to hold that for the rest of the year? I honestly have no idea. The Eastern Conference is so wide open. Maybe the Pistons can be the #1 seed going into the playoffs. I highly doubt it, but man, they look really good from the games that I've been watching them play. The Heat are actually 3rd right now. No, the Heat do not have Jimmy Butler anymore. They're actually barely even playing with Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. Their guys are just really glued together, and their role players are just playing extremely well. That team being 3rd and probably almost 2nd in the Eastern Conference is absolutely insane in my own opinion. The Raptors have been kind of okay. The Magic are also kind of okay. The Cavs, a little disappointment. Those guys have just been too injured and too banged up early in the season. Same thing with the Hawks. Same thing with the Sixers. Some of the more better teams are just kind of banged up early in the year to really see what they could really be. The Knicks, though. I said at the start of the year, I think the Knicks are still my pick to come out of the East as the NBA final matchup. Knicks in the NBA Finals, I think, sounds kind of cool. I think the Knicks are going to make the finals. And yeah, the Nets suck, Wizards suck, and the Pacers. Man, that team really misses Tyrese Halliburton. They also lost Miles Turner. That team's in deep doo-doo. Then over in the Western Conference, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder. Guys, 73-9 season. This team looks almost unstoppable. We are well into the 2 months of the NBA season, and they lost one game. That one game being my favorite team, the Portland Trail Blazers, but they've only lost one game in 2 months. Maybe they lose another game in another month, maybe another game or two in another month or two. This team has the chance, and I don't think we're realizing it, to possibly be not only one of the best teams we've ever seen, it could be the best team. It could break the Warriors record, and if they go on to win the title after that, this team might go down in history, and we're kind of not even putting a lot of attention to it. Second, we have the Lakers. Third, we have the Houston Rockets. Fourth, the Nuggets. Fifth, the Spurs. Sixth, the Minnesota Timberwolves. 7 Suns. 8 Warriors. 9 Grizzlies. 10th, Portland Trail Blazers. 11th, Jazz. 12 Mavericks. 13th are the Kings. 14th are the Clippers. And in dead last are the New Orleans Pelicans. I think the Pelicans have already pretty much just jumped ship on this season. I think they are already just ready to go for the NBA draft lottery. Zion not playing, Trey Murphy not playing, Herb Jones not playing. I mean, literally everybody on that team who could even make an impact on the floor is not playing. I watched them play the Golden State Warriors the other day. I have no idea what kind of basketball I was watching. If you are a Pelican fan, don't be. That's the only advice I could give you guys. The Lakers are looking really good. LeBron is slowly kind of revving up his engines to kind of get ready for the season. I can kind of see that the Lakers are really taking a slow roll on LeBron this season. And it looks like to me they don't even really need LeBron to play at such a crazy level for them to really be super competitive. Luka is having an MVP year. Austin Reeves has taken a huge jump and could maybe even be an all-star this year. And the others of the roster, Rui Hachimura, DeAndre Ayton, obviously have Marcus Smart now. Those other guys are actually producing, which is very rare for a Laker team. You plop in a fully healthy LeBron at the start of a playoff run. Are we looking for another Laker championship with LeBron? Man, that'd be crazy. The Spurs are looking great with Wemby. The Timberwolves are starting to look more like themselves with a fully healthy Anthony Edwards. Those middle of the pack guys, that's going to be a crazy battle at the end of the year. Mavericks, Jazz, Blazers, Grizzlies, and Warriors. Those 5 teams, maybe even the Suns you can throw in there. Those 6 teams. I have no idea which one of them is going to make the playoffs and which one isn't. It's going to be a crazy ride towards the end of the season. But yeah, I've actually really enjoyed the NBA season so far. There have been way too many injuries. It's been so annoying. But what I've been loving is like the surprise performances and like how crazy of leaps and jumps teams and players are having. Obviously, of course, the crazy leap that the Thunder are in right now. They're in a league of their own. But even teams like how the Lakers are doing, how the Pistons are doing, some of these teams that maybe were kind of questionable, we now have the answers to. And even some of the very fun individual play we've been seeing, like guys like Tyrese Maxey, and as I just mentioned, Austin Reeves is having a crazy year as well. And it's been super enjoyable. Of course, my pick for the NBA championship is still no different. It is the Oklahoma City Thunder. It is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder's title to lose. SGA is probably going to win a back-to-back MVP. We're going to have to see if this new dynasty is going to implode on itself, or are we in it for another Golden State Warrior, Michael Jordan Bulls kind of dynasty, which I really hope not. I love seeing new teams and new things gonna happen. I really hope we're not set in stone for another 4 or 5 year run of the Thunder just dominating the league year in, year out. But if you're a Thunder fan, congratulations. Alright, we are moving on already to the next sport. We are moving on to the NFL, which we just had Thanksgiving. And if you don't know, Thanksgiving is kind of the sort of the marker of if a team is for real Divisions, we have the Patriots in first place with only 2 losses on the year. Is Drake May the MVP? That's definitely a good question. The Bills are second, the Dolphins third, and the Jets are in fourth. Yikes. In the AFC North, we have the Ravens in tying position with the Steelers in second. I guess 6-6 is good enough to win that division. Bengals are fourth, and the Browns are fourth. In the AFC South, the Jaguars actually caught up with the Colts there to be tied for first. Both of those teams' quarterbacks are kind of having not so great times right now, I think, with injury, which is pretty rough. Texans are third, and I think they might actually win out if they continue to stay healthy. They are currently on a 4-game win streak. Titans, though, dead last with 1 win. That's insane. And in the AFC West, you have the Broncos at 10-2. That defense is insane. Chargers are in second. Chiefs are third with a 6-6 record. And the Raiders, yikes, last there. In the NFC West, we're in the NFC now. The Eagles are the number 1 team in that division with the Cowboys second, Commanders third, and the Giants are fourth. NFC North. The Bears only have lost 3 games this year. I don't know how that happened, but the Bears are here, and they're looking good. Packers are second, Lions are third, and the Vikings are fourth. That's a crazy tough division. NFC South, we have the Buccaneers in first still, with the Panthers just behind them second, who just beat a Super Bowl contender LA Ram team last Sunday. They're looking on fire right now. Falcons are third, Saints are dead last. And in the NFC West, we just talked about them. The Rams are in first still with a 9-3 record. The Seahawks have a 9-3 record. And the 49ers have a 9-4 record. The Cardinals are there as well, but who cares about the Cardinals? That division is disgusting. If one of your favorite teams plays in that division, that is a division of hell. That I could see any one of those teams making out of that division and putting a stamp onto making it to the playoffs. If you're taking a look at a very early playoff picture, for the AFC, you have the Patriots, the Broncos, the Jaguars, and the Ravens all in playoff seeding, with the Chargers, the Colts, and the Bills making the playoffs. I think, if I'm correct, the Patriots would have a bye in that first round matchup. So I think, I'm probably wrong, but I think you would have the Broncos facing the Bills, the Jaguars facing the Colts, and the Ravens facing the Chargers in the playoffs in the first round. I might be mistaken, I'm not sure how that's exactly how it works out, but any sort of combination of those matchups would be absolutely super fun to see. But yes, we would be having a playoffs without the Steelers and the Chiefs. Even the 7-5 Texans might be out of the playoffs this year. It's a tough year. In the NFC, the Bears are in the number 1 seed. They would again have a bye in the playoffs for the first round. And you have the Rams, the Eagles, and the Buccaneers all in those divisional sort of safety net seedings. You have the Seahawks, the Packers, and the 49ers making the playoffs. That means, yes, just like in the AFC, the NFC, some good teams missing the playoffs, like the Lions, the Cowboys, if you think they're a good team. Yeah, that's wild. I am super excited about this year's playoffs. I think this has actually have been the most into a NFL season I have ever been watching before. I've been watching, I don't want to say every single game of this season, but every single Sunday I am on my Red Ticket NFL whatever channel, and I am watching pretty much the highlights of every single game. I'm watching full games. I've been to a couple football games this year. Well, I've been to 2 football games this year. And yeah, it's just been super fun. So I've been loving the football season this year. If I could still make my very early prediction, I think at the start of the year I picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl, which don't think that's gonna happen. Man, it is just so wide open. I mean, of course, the number 1 seed of both conferences are so weird with the Bears and the Patriots being the number one seeds. Don't think either one of them are gonna win the Super Bowl. I think I did say at one point in time the Bills, obviously with Josh Allen, that star power would be really cool to see. The Eagles are still the Eagles. They've just been looking very rough recently on a 2-game losing streak. I don't know if you really want to bet on them. The Eagles are the defending champs though. Man, I have no idea. I literally could not pick. I could not pick. But if you want my pick for MVP, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Drake May win MVP. He's been absolutely stellar this year for that Patriot team. He's the engine of that very surprising team. Now, another sport that you guys give me a lot crap about is college football. Jake Baller talk college football. Jake Baller, who are you rooting for? Blah, blah, blah. Guys, I do not watch college football. But I can still give you guys a little bit of a rundown because that is actually about to finish up here pretty soon. I can give you guys a little bit of an update on the college playoff bracket, at least what's going on currently. And this is as updated I can get it, so I apologize if it's already late and old. But currently for the college football playoffs, we have the Ohio State in the number one seed position, at least when it comes to committee votes and all that mumbo jumbo. Number 2, you have Indiana as well. The number 2 spot, they are also undefeated. In the number 3 spot, we have Texas A&M, also undefeated. Those are very super high schools when it comes to college football. And in 4th, we have Georgia at 10-1. Also a super star-studded cast there. And at 5, you have Texas Tech. I was at Texas A&M. You have Texas Tech in that 5th spot. Oregon is 6th. Ole Miss is 7th. Oklahoma is 8th. 9 is Notre Dame. 10th is Alabama. And you got BYU, Miami, Utah, Vanderbilt, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. My bad, Tulane would be that 12th spot. Which is interesting. I think Ohio State's probably gonna win it all. I did just watch a crazy I watched the highlights, ESPN, blah blah blah, of Ohio State dominating their previous sort of competitions, and honestly, them as a number one seed is pretty easy to say. I think it will probably come down to Ohio State versus Georgia. I'm not too sure about Texas A&M, but with Indiana having to go against Alabama, that could be actually a super good matchup. I also know Oregon is 10-1. Maybe they could sneak their way in there in that sort of championship game. I'm not entirely sure though, but that left side of the bracket with Ohio State and Georgia, those two teams, absolutely terrifying. If I were to bet money, it would be on one of those two teams. I would probably just say Ohio State would be my pick for the winner. If you're obviously more into college football than me, which I'm sure all of you are, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about that, what you guys think about the upcoming college football playoffs. I think there are a lot of things that could go down. Any one of those matchups would be really fun to see. Now, another side of college sports is going on right now with college basketball. I am a lover of NCAA March Madness, of course. I don't really watch a lot of regular season college basketball, only when it kind of gets around that tournament time when teams are playing to get into the tournament. I love watching them. Or maybe there's some big, games on, I'll give them a watch. Currently in the AP poll, which is the top 25 teams in the country, at number 1 we have Purdue, who is still the top team in the country, undefeated. But my favorite college basketball team, Arizona, is 2nd. Let's go. Arizona is number 2 in the country. That's always cool to see, your favorite team being super highly ranked. Almost number 1. That's amazing. Number 3, we have Michigan. 4th, we have Duke. 5th is Connecticut. 6th, Louisville. 7th, Michigan State. Houston, BYU, Ohio State, Gonzaga, Alabama, Tennessee. To get the idea. When it comes to players, I do know, obviously, of course, BYU has AJ, oh man, his last name is hard to say. You see him right there, picture. AJ is super good. I recently watched him play a couple nights ago. just like he's almost like if he's like a new-aged Jimmy Butler. He reminds me so much of Jimmy Butler, like a really good ball handling forward, really solid on the defensive end. He's almost like to me, a more offensively polished Jimmy Butler. Definitely nowhere near him on the defensive end. Man, yeah, I think he could definitely be sort of this sort of draft class's Jimmy Butler. And of course, if you're a top 3 pick in next year's draft, you could draft a Jimmy Butler. I mean, Jimmy Butler just took a Miami Heat team to the NBA Finals 2 times. Getting a player like that would be amazing to get in. I think AJ can definitely be that kind of guy. We also very quickly have the Premier League for you soccer/football fans. Arsenal is still number 1. I think the last time we even talked sports, Arsenal was number 1 as well. Man City is now in 2nd, creeping right behind them. Arsenal has 9 wins, Man City has 8. When it comes to points, Arsenal has 18, Man City has 15. Just right behind them, Chelsea is 3rd, Aston Villa is 4th, and Brighton is 5th. Then you have teams like Liverpool, who had a pretty good season last year, going down to 8th. Tottenham is 12th, West Ham is 17th, and you still have the very bottom tier of the league, which are teams that are gonna go bye-bye here if they don't get their acts together, which is kind of scary to think about. But Arsenal, looking extremely good, but Man City is rising again, and that's always really cool to see. I do really quickly want to take a look at the World Cup qualifying teams, and I really want to see who's kind of getting in there right now for the World Cup qualifiers. I know there are obviously a lot of teams in there sort of trying to make their way into the World Cup, and I want to see a rundown of what we're getting at so far. The final draw actually for the World Cup is just in a couple days, so we're really going to see who is exactly in the World Cup when it does happen. We have some of the qualifying matches still going on, like Turkey going up against, is that Romania? Turkey is going up into a matchup very soon. Try to see if they can make their way into it as well. We have Wales having a matchup soon. Czech Republic versus Ireland. That could be a fun one. We also have Italy playing a match here in a couple days. Poland having a game. Ukraine versus Sweden. That's going to be interesting. Wow. You know, a lot of these teams that I already thought that would have already, had a way into the World Cup. Looking like this year is going to be a super competitive sort of year to get into the World Cup if a lot of these teams that I would have already assumed would have been in. There's no fighting for a way in. But here right now, you can actually take a look at this picture. The flags that have already been qualified for the World Cup. You see countries like Mexico, US, Japan, you have France, of course. I think Netherlands also made it, which is obviously super cool because they have one of the best players in the entire world playing for them. That's really cool to see. Canada, Brazil, Germany, teams you would probably assume would make it, have already made it. But yeah, I'm super exciting. I'm not entirely sure when the World Cup is. I think if I can remember, it's sometime in June, so definitely watch the channel in June. I'll be making probably a couple videos on the World Cup, picking my favorites. I'll be watching a lot of the games. The last World Cup, I was locked in the entire time. Watching Argentina play France was one of the best sporting events I've probably have ever seen, ever. That was so epic, so much fun to see that, and really hoping we get that again this upcoming year. So much fun watching that, so much fun. But yeah, guys, that's really it. Again, this video is not supposed to be a super long one. It's just kind of a quick little sports whispered ramble update, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. And yeah, if you guys want me to do a way longer version of this video, like double the length, please let me know down below in the comments, and let me know if I should make a longer version of this. You guys know I absolutely can talk hours on end about sports. I do it on here. I do it on my live streams, which, by the way, I do a Monday and Thursday night live stream. Every Monday and Thursday night, we talk and chat sports on there as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I love ya. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for liking the video, pressing the thumbs up button, watching the whole video. You guys are the best. Hopefully you guys have a good rest rest of your day or night, and I'll see you when I see you.